Something you had mentioned in the past, and
Right.
actually got going with the Board of Supervisors, was the addition of another SRO
Exactly.
student.
Exactly.
We did a show for basically an officer in the school
Right.
system. This one dedicated to basically the middle school for
Middle
the most
school,
part.
and he also goes to the elementary schools. What we've also started and will be in effect next week is partnering with the state police, game and inland fisheries. We are going to be in all the schools. We were in the high school yesterday, had at least, I think it was at least one trooper, and what we're trying to do is get everybody familiar with the schools, the layout of the schools.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been there, you get a tour of the school. If not, you hang around, you talk to the kids. I talked to so many kids yesterday during lunch over there. And the same thing with the officers that are working during the day. Just about every daylight officer has been in the middle school now that Sergeant Lopez is over there, and goes over there and they have lunch. The state police has assigned a trooper to each school, and when they become familiar with that school, it's, and they're riding around, they can get out and go into that school. Same with my officers. If you have a kid that's in the school system, you should go have lunch with them. Go in there, read a book to them. It's part of being in the community and a benefit of living and working in the community where you reside.
You're more than just the enforcement guy.
And you're not there just for your kid. You're also there for the other children.
Right.
And I think that impact is. And it was yesterday at the high school they were going, "Why are you here?" I said I'm here to learn more about your school.
Okay.
And I'm here more to learn about you. What do you want to know about me?
Yeah.
And it was good. So I look forward to next week going into the middle schools and the elementary schools.
Bringing it close to home for a moment here to Lake Monticello,
Right.
and of course the county sheriff is the chief law enforcement officer of the county.
Right.
That said, how do you envision the working relationship with the Lake Monticello Police Department?
We have an excellent working relationship with Tom and his crew. I think they do a really good job, and they know that we're there. We're going to help them with anything and everything that they need help with. The same as we rely on. We don't have the capacity to have a SWAT team. So guess what? We rely on our mutual aid agreements that we have with other agencies to pick up the phone and say, hey, we have this and we need a SWAT team. So that's why you have those things in place. And we have an agreement with the lake. We have an agreement with every agency around us as far away as Greene County.
Okay.
So that's part of law enforcement, and post 9/11 has made that even stronger.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to ask you and give you the opportunity to,
Sure.
in a sense, look the folks in the eye at home and make your pitches. Why should we vote for Eric Hess?
Well, thank you, Ron. Well, I think the main reason that people should vote for me is that this is my career. This is what I've been doing for over 21 years of my life. I have the advanced education. I've worked in 2 separate sheriff's offices for 2 different sheriffs. I've worked every job that you can have in a sheriff's office firsthand. I've been a supervisor of people who work those jobs. I have courts and civil process certification, which is required in a sheriff's office. I've been a first-line supervisor, which is a sergeant, someone who supervises people in the courts in the civil process or out on the road. The biggest step was the chief deputy. For 8 years as chief deputy, those shoes to fill, that was a big job. That was a big learning curve. And it took me a few years to really get a grasp around everything that needed to be done. I mean, you can have it in writing that says your job description is A, B, and C, but until you become acclimated and you get to working and it becomes an everyday routine, that's when it falls into place. And as I progressed along, Sheriff Washington included me in more and more things. So, becoming part of the budget, working on that with him. Those are all things that are a must must know how to do from day one in the sheriff's office. And I think that running an agency with over $2.5 million budget, over 32 sworn deputies, that someone has to be physically responsible for that budget and the citizens of this community, which we have over 26,000. I've been the sheriff for 6 months. I'm on a learning curve there, I can tell you. I didn't know there was so much of different duties that the sheriff had, so many reports that are due and things like that. That is a learning curve for me. The one thing I bring is the January 1. It would just be another day at work for me.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us. We have been talking with Interim Sheriff Eric Hess.